last time on the build. Okay, we've removed the exhaust, we've removed the rear suspension, complete differential and upper and lower control arms and brackets, removed the drive shaft, removed some of the wiring, and next up we're going to be removing the front steering as well as the front suspension, and hopefully get into the engine and transmission. It's a bigger screwdriver now.
Yeah.
No, you got it up.
I'm coming to realize that.
Right back into its place.
All right, the shocks, it'll just spin in place. The very tip of it right here is flat on two sides, so you can put a small wrench on here and hold it in place so you can loosen up the nut and head. All right, we've got the shocks out of the way. In that place, we put the spring compressor in. You can see right here, we got the top part of the spring compressor, and then the base down here squishes the spring, so that way you can get in there and separate the control arms. If you don't do it, they basically separate in a hurry and somebody can get hurt. So the key is to squash that, take everything apart, and then undo the tension on the spring, and then you can get everything off. Can't do it the other way. If you just try to beat it off of there, somebody can get hurt, and you would have a very tough time getting that spring out. It was fun.
Yeah.
17th. There it goes. Got it. Woo! Okay, we have the spindle nuts removed from the ball joints on both sides. The spring is compressed. Now all we have to do is finish loosening up the bolts, remove the spindle, and then get to the base of each of the control arms, unbolt those, remove those, and it's all done. Lift that up and off.
Go.
Spindle.
Ta-da.
Medium moment.
There we go.
That was a little different than the last one.
Yes, it was. All right, we're taking the four main bolts out of the transmission that connect it to the bell housing. Once that's done, all we have to do, because we have full access, is to basically lift the transmission out and move it off to the side. Combination of that.
Yeah, pick up the back.
There we go. Transmission.
Nice transmission.
Yeah.
Okay, the transmission's out of the way. There's the throw bearing that's down in there. Now we'll just unbolt the bell housing all the way around, remove that, and see what kind of clutch we got.
Is
This is our bell housing.
And this is the starter.
Okay, we've got our pressure plate here. Clutch disc is in between, and we got our flywheel. So we have to unbolt the pressure plate. That'll come off with the clutch disc, and then unbolt the flywheel. We'll probably have the flywheel turned, make sure it's true, and then we'll check the clutch disc to see if we can reuse it. If we don't, then we'll get a clutch kit for it. On your car, it's a dry clutch setup, so you got a pad on both sides. The flywheel hits this side, hits the pressure plate on the other side. You can tell right here, it's burned. The flywheel, it'll probably chatter. It'd still stick, probably wouldn't slip, but it would definitely chatter. It wouldn't be smooth when you let out the clutch. So we're going to get a new clutch disc and flywheel.
So what would it look like
Flywheel-
if it
I'm
started
sorry.
slipping?
If it did start slipping, you'd probably have patches all the way around, or it would actually burn it all the way down to the rivets and have marring. You'll see the circles. Yeah. So we'll turn the flywheel. We can turn it, which means grinding it smooth. But the pressure plate, you just buy a new one and buy a new clutch disc. You can usually buy them in a kit. Comes with a pressure plate and throwout bearing.
All right.